Good evening, ma'am. I'm Giancarlo Portugacular. I discussed the parts of function of camera lens. The first one is filter tray. The filter tray or filter ring is a tray section inside the front of a lens to allow accessories such as a filter lens hood to be attached. And the next one is focusing ring. This is a section of the lens that rotates to allow the photographer to focus the image on automatic cameras. This ring is moved by a small motor within the lens whenever you press the shutter release button halfway down. And the next one is zoom ring. Zoom ring is enable motorized zoom that allows you to change the focal length in the real time as you shoot. A 4x zoom lens, for example, will enlarge or reduce the subject in an image by 4 times depending on which way it's zoomed. Zoom lenses are either optical zoom or digital zoom or bungee wheel. And the next one is lens specification markings. The first number or pair of numbers indicates the range of available focal length is millimeter. From this you can tell what angle of view that particular lens can handle. Lower number means a wider angle, so an ordinary basic 18-55 DSLR lens can zoom from medium wide views or to the beginning of telephoto range. And the next one is this distance indicator. Distance indicator is a focusing distance indicator. It shows how far away the lens has a focus from the nearest to the farthest. It will typically show the distance in both feet and meters along this infinity symbol that show in the photo you're included. The next one is aperture. Aperture is the adjustable lens opening that control the amount of light allowed into the camera. Learning to properly adjust their setting based on your location and subject is essential or capturing good exposure. And the next one is lens mount. A standard or proprietary interface used by camera and lens manufacturer to ensure a secure and accurate means for attaching a lens to a camera body. And the last one is image stabilization, also referred to as a vibration reduction, optical stabilization, vibration compensation, and shake reduction by different makers is a way that your lens of camera body compensates for unwanted movements, so you have a higher chance of getting a sharp shot. And I add for the first one is focal length. Focal length is the measurement of distance in millimeters between the point of convergence of your lens and the sensor recording the image. The focal length range of a lens is expressed by a number that number tell you how much of the scene your camera will be able to capture. And the second one is aperture. Is how big the opening is that let light in express in. F-stops are counterintuitive because the large the number, the smaller the opening. For example, f/2.8 allow twice as much light into the camera as f4 and 16 times as much light as f11. Aperture effect, the depth of field large opening na create a shallower depth of field, while smaller opening make more of the image in focus. And the third one is the maximum aperture lens. Lenses will list maximum aperture on the barrel, indicating the maximum weight lens aperture can open. Typically, lens with a bit more. A lens with a maximum aperture is a great for low light situations. So, if you are considering night photography, it will be worth the investment. And the last one is depth of field, controlling the amount of the photo that is in a focus in one of the photographer based tools to help draw the viewers eye where you want it. For example, landscape are typically shoot so that everything is on focus. So photographers will shoot at small aperture. The depth of field varies within the type of lens due to maximum aperture. That's all po, and thank you. Have a good day po. God bless.